They say some people are born to be bad, but for Estella Miller, it was always a bit more complicated than that. From the very beginning, she was a girl of two halves, quite literally, thanks to a head of hair that was naturally split down the middle in stark black and white. This is the story of how a brilliant, rebellious orphan in 1970s London transformed herself into the most stylish villain the world has ever seen. Estella's journey began with a mother who tried desperately to keep her daughter's wild side, the side she called Cruella, under control. Estella was creative, sharp-tongued, and far too bold for her own good, which eventually led to her being expelled from her rigid private school. Seeing no other choice, her mother, Catherine, decided they should move to London to start over. But before they could reach the city, they made a stop at a mysterious, towering estate called Hellman Hall. Catherine told Estella to stay in the car while she went to ask for help from an old acquaintance, but Estella's curiosity won out. She wandered into the estate, accidentally gate-crashing a high-society fashion ball. In the chaos of her discovery, 3 ferocious Dalmatians began to chase her. As Estella ran toward the cliff top, the dogs lunged, but they didn't hit her. Instead, they charged right past her and knocked Catherine off the edge of the cliff to her death. Orphaned and burdened with the crushing guilt that her behavior had killed her mother, Estella fled to London. She found herself alone in a cold, gray city until she met 2 street-smart boys, Jasper and Horace. They became her makeshift family, and for the next 10 years, they survived by becoming the most sophisticated pickpockets in London. Estella dyed her hair a dull red to blend in, hiding her true nature while using her sewing skills to craft disguises for their heists. But deep down, the dream of being a fashion designer never died. On her birthday, Jasper managed to get her a job at the legendary Liberty department store. It wasn't the glamorous start she hoped for. She was a janitor, scrubbing floors while people with half her talent stood in the spotlight. One night, fueled by a bottle of whiskey and a total disdain for her manager's lack of taste, Estella snapped. She tore apart a window display and rebuilt it into a punk rock masterpiece of high-fashion chaos. The next morning, the most powerful woman in the fashion world, the Baroness von Hellman, saw the display. Instead of firing Estella, the Baroness hired her. Estella quickly became the Baroness's protégé, seeing in the older woman a kindred spirit, someone who was cold, calculated, and brilliant. But the admiration didn't last. During a work session, Estella spotted a necklace around the Baroness's neck, the same necklace Catherine had once told her was a family heirloom. When the Baroness offhandedly mentioned that a former employee had stolen it, Estella realized the horrifying truth. The Baroness hadn't just been there the night Catherine died. She had used a dog whistle to command the Dalmatians to push Catherine off the cliff. This revelation shattered Estella's world and gave birth to Cruella. No longer content with just being a designer, she decided to destroy the Baroness's legacy through a series of elaborate fashion hijackings. While Estella remained the Baroness's loyal assistant by day, Cruella became a public sensation by night. She crashed the Baroness's events in increasingly spectacular ways. At one gala, she appeared in a white cloak that she set on fire to reveal a blood-red gown underneath. At another, she arrived in a garbage truck, spilling out a train made of actual trash that turned out to be a stunning 40-foot masterpiece of recycled silk. The public loved her, and the Baroness grew increasingly desperate as this mysterious newcomer upstaged her at every turn. However, the war for fashion supremacy began to take a toll on Estella's soul. She grew cold and demanding, treating Jasper and Horace like servants rather than friends. She was becoming more like the Baroness every day. The Baroness, realizing that Estella and Cruella were the same person, eventually caught her. She tied Estella to a chair in her apartment and set the building on fire, leaving her to die while framing Jasper and Horace for the crime. Estella was saved at the last second by the Baroness's valet, John. He revealed the final, darkest secret of her life. The necklace was actually a key to a box containing Estella's birth records. The Baroness wasn't just her mother's killer, she was Estella's biological mother. The Baroness had ordered John to kill the baby because she didn't want a child to interfere with her career, but John had secretly given the infant to Catherine to raise. Armed with the knowledge that she was the daughter of a monster, Estella decided to end the game on her own terms. She rescued Jasper and Horace and staged one final, massive event at Hellman Hall. She invited the public and made sure everyone was dressed in black and white Cruella wigs to create total confusion. Leading the Baroness out onto the same clifftop where Catherine had died, Estella confronted her. For a brief moment, she discarded the Cruella persona, appearing as a daughter seeking love. The Baroness, appearing to soften, gave her a hug before cold-bloodedly pushing her off the cliff. But Estella was 2 steps ahead. She had anticipated the move and was wearing a hidden parachute inside her dress. The guests and the police, who had been lured to the scene, witnessed the Baroness murdering her daughter. The Baroness was arrested in a fit of rage, her reputation destroyed forever. Estella died that night, and in her will, she left the entire estate to her friend Cruella de Vil. The movie ends as Cruella, now in full black and white glory, pulls up to the mansion, renaming it Hell Hall. She has the fame, the fortune, and the legacy. She didn't just win the war for fashion, she claimed her throne and proved that being good is for people who aren't brave enough to be great. If you enjoyed this journey through Hell Hall, make sure you've subscribed for more movie stories. Thanks for watching.